Hi, in this video I'm going to show how easy it is to get started with the Paubox SMTP email API. The SMTP API is ideal for teams who don't have dedicated developers, as it plugs into many existing solutions, such as WordPress. In fact, WordPress is the exact example I'm going to show in this video. Here I have an application called MediPoint, which is just a example application that allows patients to make appointments with doctors. And here's a form that the patients have to fill out. As you can see, they do fill in protected health information, such as first name, last name, email, and phone number. So I'm going to go ahead and fill out this form. And at the end of filling out the form, I'll click Make Appointment. And at the moment, all my application does is show the user a message that says, thanks for making an appointment. But at the moment, it doesn't send an email. And that's what we're going to plug in now. To construct the form, I've used a plugin called WP Forms. And if I look at my appointment form, firstly, you'll see all the fields that are filled in. And secondly, if I click under Settings, Notifications, you'll see that I have notifications enabled. The second thing to note is I have the send to email address set to, for example, the reception of my medical practice. I've set the email subject line, new patient appointment form, the name of my application, MediPoint, as well as the from email, in this case a no reply email. Once we plug in the SMTP API, it will actually use these details to send the email. So now what we need to do is we need to add a plugin to enable WordPress to communicate via SMTP. So if you go to your WordPress admin and you click Plugins, Add Plugin, and if you search at the top for WP Mail SMTP, you should find this one, WP Mail SMTP by WP Forms. If you install now and activate, it will guide you through this small wizard. In terms of the SMTP mailer, there's a number of options. For our case, we're going to select Other SMTP. And then we need to fill in the SMTP details. Now you can get this from Paubox. If you look up Paubox SMTP API developer documents, you should find the details. So the SMTP host is smtp.paubox.com. Encryption can stay at TLS. SMTP port is 587, so that's already correct. And then authentication, that's what we need to do here. So SMTP username, if you're using the SMTP API, it has to be API key exactly. It says here, note this should be the exact word API key. And then the last thing we need is our actual API key. To generate an API key, you can sign up for the Paubox email API. And once you've done that, you should see a screen that looks something like this. If you click under Settings, there's a quick start guide to firstly add your domain. Once you've added your domain, you'll be able to generate an API key. Click Add API Key. Give it a name. It doesn't matter what the name is, nor does it have to be API Key. In my case, I'll just call it Development API Key. And the key that's generated is only displayed once. So make sure you copy that and put it somewhere safe. Once you have the API key, you can fill it in here under SMTP password. And there's a few other details you can fill in, including the from name and the from email. My from email, I'm going to make no reply at my domain. Great. Once you've done that, you should see a screen that says, congratulations, you've successfully set up WordPress Mail SMTP. If you need to change any of the settings, you'll see that there's the WP Mail SMTP plugin on the side. There's a few settings that you can tweak, and it should work pretty well out the box with WP Forms. So now let's go ahead and fill in that form again. Now when I click Make Appointment, I should again see that success notice to say thanks for making an appointment with us. We have forwarded your request to reception and will be in touch shortly. And if I check my email client, I'll see that that email came through. New patient appointment form from no reply at my domain. And you'll see that I've got all my form details: name, email, phone number, consulting doctor, all of that. And it is secured by Paubox, which is HITRUST certified. That was just a very quick video to show how to integrate the Paubox SMTP API with a platform such as WordPress. As you can see, it was very simple. I didn't need to write any code. I just needed to fill in some details, create an API key, and everything worked. Thanks so much for watching.